Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Advanced Compact Backpack 3, which is another really solid camera bag offering from Manfrotto. We recently took a look at their Advanced Active Backpack 3 and I was very impressed with not only how well that worked for carrying my camera gear, but also as just their regular EDC and tech backpack. It had a lot of really interesting features, so I was excited to have a chance to check out another one of these smaller bags in Manfrotto's offering. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience testing this over the past couple of weeks. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through the different features that it has, and I'll also talk about how this compares to other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the outside of the bag, this definitely has a pretty modern and techy vibe in my opinion. It's almost futuristic looking, it's got a pretty boxy appearance, but it's minimal enough that it's going to work well in a lot of different environments, whether you're taking this into an office, exploring a city, traveling. And as far as the materials, the bag feels solidly built. On the exterior, you have a pretty water-resistant nylon fabric that feels like it's going to hold up well to rougher usage and also, repel water. The bag also includes a separate rain cover in case you happen to get caught in a heavier downpour. And then you also have some nice YKK zippers all throughout. Continuing along the outside of the bag, on the front you have the blacked out Manfrotto logo, which is fairly minimal, and I like how it blends into the exterior. At the bottom of the front you have a little loop, which is going to be a good spot to attach something like a bike light. And then I was happy to see that you have an external water bottle pocket. This is a pretty tight fit. I really had to squeeze the 20-ounce water bottle that I normally carry with me in here. I would be worried about it potentially tearing this over the longer term. This is a pretty thick material, but it's just such a tight fit that it worries me a little bit, but I was able to squeeze it in there, and if you have a smaller water bottle or an umbrella that you like to carry with you, it should be able to fit in there because of the elasticity. And then I like that it kind of hugs the back when it's not in use. And then on the other side you have a compression strap, which is going to be a good spot to attach something like a tripod. You can tuck your tripod into this pocket here. This pocket doesn't have any elasticity. It's a very simple slip pocket. I've also used it to put an external battery that I want to reach quickly, but I believe it's meant to work with the tripod, and then you can attach the tripod to the top here and make sure it's properly secured. Moving into the capacity, the bag comes in at about 12 liters, which is a pretty compact bag. It's a little smaller than what I would normally like to carry with me on my day-to-day and for my size, but it's still able to hold most of the items that I need to carry with me, particularly if you have a more minimal camera or EDC setup. And the bag has a pretty rigid shape, so the way that it's packed out here is going to look the same whether it's empty or full, but because it's so compact, it really doesn't stick out too much, which makes it great for navigating crowded areas, jumping onto public transit, and carrying on to pretty much any domestic or international airline. Taking a look at the straps and the back paneling, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. I like how the straps have been implemented here. They have a nice amount of padding. They're soft and comfortable right out of the box. On the inside they have this kind of soft material. It doesn't feel super breathable, but it is quite comfortable. And then these straps have a nice width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. And then you also have an adjustable sternum strap to help distribute the weight. Continuing with the back paneling, this has also been pretty comfortable. It has some rigid padding here that feels like it's going to offer plenty of support. It has the same kind of soft fabric that we saw on the straps, not quite as breathable as an air mesh, but it still feels very nice. And you also have plenty of elevation and air channels to provide you with ventilation while you're walking around throughout the day. One last thing I want to call out while we're on the back paneling is that you have this nice luggage pass-through here that's going to allow you to rest this on a suitcase while traveling to save some weight on your back. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag keeps things pretty simple. You have one quick access pocket at the top, which is going to be a great spot for those items that you need to grab regularly during the day, and it also offers a decent amount of space. So in this compartment I currently have my Apple Magic Mouse, and then I also placed my sunglasses with their case, and I still had a little bit of extra capacity if I wanted to throw in my AirPods or maybe my phone. No sort of fleece lining on the inside or additional internal organization, but again, I just like the amount of space that's offered here for those types of items. And then moving into the main compartment, one of the most unique things about this bag is the different ways that you can access all of the capacity and organization that's contained inside. So you have this zipper that can be opened up from a variety of directions. You can just open up the bottom if you want to reach down into kind of the main storage area, but then you also have zippers on the other side that allow you to open this up a little bit more fully if you want to have full access to the bag. You want to lay it down, you're going to be doing some shooting, you can open it up completely. You can also just access it from the top if you want to treat this like a top loader and you want to reach down and just grab some of the camera gear that you need to get to easily. So you have a lot of variety, and I think it's a really creative way to implement this, and it just makes it very easy to get into the different areas of the bag, which I really like. So for now, I'm just going to open it up completely so that we can see everything at once. And so 12 liters of space, as I mentioned, a little bit compact, but because of the way that things are set up, you can still fit some pretty bulky items, which I was impressed with. So I'll actually start with the bottom of the compartment, as it's just kind of a simple bucket of space here. This is where I tossed in some of the day-to-day items that I would normally want to carry with me, separate from my camera gear. So I have my Beats Studio wireless headphones. I also have my Air Slim pouch, and then at the bottom I tossed in a full-size Moleskine notebook. And then before diving into this camera area, I did want to call out that on the flap you have one kind of hidden slip pocket. It's the only bit of organization on this side. And so it doesn't have a zipper or anything like that. It's just kind of hidden here under the flap, but it offers enough space to store something like a passport, a wallet, some extra cash or memory cards, just anything that's a little bit more sensitive that you don't want anybody finding too easily. And then moving back to the camera compartment side, in addition to this camera cube, which we'll talk about in a second, you have a very well padded laptop sleeve. I really like the implementation here. This is meant to hold up to a 13-inch laptop. You have a little bit of leftover space, but it's pretty tight to even squeeze in my MacBook Pro in here, if I'm being honest. So anything thicker or even a device with a case, I would be a little bit concerned at how hard it would be to get it in and out. But the implementation here is great. This is a very padded sleeve. It has the same soft lining that I like to see on many of the laptop compartments that I test out. It's actually suspended off the bottom of the bag. You have a little bit of a false bottom there. Lots of padding. So pulling the device out, now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. So again, a nice lining here. It comes up a little bit, but again, anything that's too thick, that's not a more modern, sort of slimmer laptop, I think it's going to be difficult to get in and out, particularly if you have a lot of camera gear. But I still really like that there's a spot included for this type of a device, and with the padding that is offered here, it feels like your device is going to be very well protected while you're running around throughout the day. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is this camera cube here at the top. This is definitely the area that seems to be meant to hold a few lenses, your camera body. It's nice that you can access your device quickly because you can open this up from the top. There's no side access, but I think that this bag is meant to be accessed from the top when you want to get to your camera quickly. In my case, with the way that I normally use this type of bag, I've really been using my drone and my GoPro more, as I do a lot of shooting from my phone when I'm outside. So that's how I've set this up here. I have my DJI Mavic Mini with its hard shell case, and then I also have my GoPro here on the side. And so it's nice that it has a little padded divider. But then the company also includes another divider similar to this one here, and there's another divider included as well. So you get a little bit of flexibility with how you can organize this compartment depending on the type of camera and lenses that you carry with you. These dividers are very well padded. I really like how Manfrotto protects all of your gear. You can adjust it in the way that makes the most sense to you. Quickly grab your device, and then if you don't even want to use this for a camera bag, or you're traveling somewhere and you're going to leave your camera gear in a hotel room or something like that, you can fully remove this camera cube, or collapse it at least, so that you have full access to the volume of the bag, and you just have more space to use this for EDC or for school or anything like that. You can see you can take this divider off, and then you just have a very compact and simple EDC backpack. So I really love the flexibility that's provided in this main area and throughout the bag. It's pretty simple but effectively designed, and if you're looking for a durable and comfortable camera bag that's going to be a little bit smaller but just offer a ton of protection and come in at a reasonable price, and this is going to be a fantastic option to check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Advanced Compact Backpack 3 over the past couple of weeks, and you can currently purchase this on the company's site or other sites such as B&H Photo for about $100, which to me feels like a reasonable price considering the features and quality that the bag has to offer, and it also compares well to other similar bags in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag that this made me think of was, of course, Manfrotto's Advanced Active Backpack 3, which we looked at on the channel as well. I really enjoyed testing that out. It had little bit more of a classic aesthetic. It reminded me of almost a normal school backpack, and the camera cube setup was a little bit different in that bag. It also seemed to have some extra organizational options for some of your smaller accessories, but same great build quality, same protection for your tech and camera gear, very comfortable. And so if you're looking for a bag that's going to offer all of those features in a slightly different aesthetic that's still from Manfrotto's line, then that's going to be a fantastic option to take a look at. The next bag this made me think of is the Brevity Jumper Photo, which is another really solid minimalist camera backpack. One of the best things about that bag is that it really doesn't have a camera bag aesthetic. It just looks like an old school backpack, but it still has, all the things you would expect from a modern bag, such as a laptop compartment, a really nice flexible organizational layout, water bottle pocket. It also has side access for your camera, so you can reach over and grab it without having to take the bag off. And that one is going to come in at a pretty similar price point. It might be slightly more expensive, but it's a really solid bag. It's not going to have the same weather resistance or padding as this bag, in my opinion, but if you're looking for something that's still going to keep your gear safe and have a little bit more of a minimalist or classic vibe, then that's going to be a great option to keep in mind. The next bag this made me think of is the Moment Travelwear Backpack, which is a really solid EDC bag that has modular accessories that allow it to work as a camera bag. It has a really nice camera cube that you can put in and out of the bag whenever you want to use it for that, but you can leave it at home, and it just looks like a great minimalist backpack. It has a nice organizational layout. I don't think it's going to be quite as comfortable as this one. It's not as well padded either. It doesn't have the same rigid kind of structure, but it's still a very well-built bag. And again, if you're somebody who doesn't always carry camera gear, you don't want something that says camera focus, and you just need a durable and useful bag, then that's going to be a fantastic option to check out. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Wander Duo Day Pack, which has been one of my favorite camera bags of the past few years. It just has a fantastic build quality. It's highly weather resistant. It has a really interesting infinite zipper that allows the bag to open up flat. You can also access it pretty much from any angle. It has a lot of organizational options for all of your tech, your camera gear, anything that you need to carry with you. It has a very modern and slick vibe. It's comfortable to wear. It has a luggage passenger. So all the things that you would want out of a daily bag. It also has a collapsible camera cube that allows you to place your camera body and a lens on the inside. It has some padded pockets for additional lenses. It doesn't have as configurable as a layout for camera gear, so if you have a lot of camera things that you normally like to carry with you, this bag may still be the better option. But if you have more of a minimalist setup and you're looking for something that's going to be highly weather resistant and offer still a good amount of protection and organization, and you also have a little bit of a higher budget, then that's going to be one of the best options that you can take a look at. With that being said, the Advanced Compact Backpack 3 holds up really well against those options, and if you're looking for a comfortable and durable camera backpack that's going to be able to handle some of your tech and EDC essentials and come in at a reasonable price point, and this is going to be a great option to take a look at. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the Compact Backpack 3 and how it compares to some of the other great camera bags that are currently on the market. And if there are any similar options that you think I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.